Does it feel like the government always has their hand in your pocket, right? Taxes are one of the biggest issues in today's society. And it always feels like Uncle Sam wants their piece. They're your partner in life, right? They're there when you're born and they're there all the way until death. Today, what we're going to talk about is how to create a tax-free retirement. All right, so tax-free retirement income. I'm Eddie Gartner with Epic Financial Strategies. What we're looking at is how do we start planning today so that we don't have to pay all these taxes in the future? If we're being honest, tax rates for most of us are at the lowest point they've ever been in our lifetime, right? That's really low, but they still feel really tough when people are taking money out of our paychecks. What most people are doing when they're looking at retirement is they're putting into their company's 401k. When you're putting into that 401k, what you're saying is, hey, I'm gonna defer my taxes. I'm not gonna pay them today, but I'm gonna pay them at a later date. And that is not going to create a tax-free retirement for you. If you do get a Roth option at your employer and in that 401k, that would be a great place to start for a tax-free retirement income. What that's saying is whether you're doing this Roth account as a Roth IRA or a Roth 401k, you're paying all your taxes today, getting rid of all of those taxes so that any of the growth that you have on that account and all the principal is coming back to you income tax free. What's really nice about that, if we think about it, regardless of where you fall on the political spectrum, the spending of our government here in the United States is out of control, right? We're trillions, that's trillions with a T, in debt. How do we service that debt? How does the government pay for all of this stuff? Well, they get it through taxation. So with tax rates being so low today and government spending being so high, what is the likelihood that tax rates will be higher in the future? In my opinion, they're probably going to be a lot higher. Another vehicle that you can look at, right? You may make too much money to put into a Roth IRA. Another vehicle that you could look at is a life insurance policy. And you might be thinking, life insurance, that doesn't really make sense to me. There are permanent life insurance policies out there that are designed to accumulate cash value, and they're designed to create a tax-free retirement income. The way that they're structured is money is coming out first as the principal coming back to you, and then you're taking loans against the policy. What that really means is that you're not paying taxes on that money, you're not paying taxes on the growth because you've already paid the taxes today. So by properly structuring a life insurance policy, as well as using Roth accounts where you can, we can start to create an income for our retirement that we'll never have to pay taxes on. And what a great thing that will be, because if you get to retirement with $1 million in your retirement account and you've not paid taxes on that, you're planning with $1 million, but you don't have $1 million. You have whatever the government will allow you to keep on those distributions. Whereas if you get rid of all the tax today and you're saving in these other accounts, if you get there with $900,000, $800,000, $1 million, well, now you're planning with that amount of money. And so you don't have to worry about where tax rates go or what they're going to be, because you've settled all that and the money that you have in those accounts is yours. It's much easier to do your planning from that position. Growing up in a blue-collar background, I didn't get a lot of financial education, right? What I got was how to work hard and how to have a great work ethic. But financial education is so important. And as I began my career in the financial services industry, what I realized is a lot of people, they don't know that they're putting money into their 401k and they have to pay taxes on the distribution. If you're finding out at 65 or 67 when you're ready to retire that you have to pay taxes on that money and you thought you didn't, that's a real problem. And it's not just the generation that's ready to retire, it goes all the way down. I see a lot of people planning for retirement are actually only saving in one type of vehicle. And it limits their options, right? It limits their options today because they're locking up their dollars, but it also limits their options when they get to retirement. When you're in your 20s, you're not thinking about what retirement's going to look like, but you are making those decisions. You're making those decisions by making contributions to retirement accounts. So that's why I think it's so important that you work with a professional on something like this. Get the education that you need so that you can make informed decisions, and work with somebody that can really help walk you through what this is going to look like and what are the options available to you. It doesn't matter what age you are or how much money you're making. What you need to do is start where you're at, right? If we don't take a look today at where you are, and you're young starting out, you could get down 10, 20 years down the road and not have really had a plan of what you were doing. Don't let that happen to you. It's important to start because this is accessible to everybody. No matter what income level you're at, you should be working with somebody that will help you put together a plan. So if you're looking for that right now, what we've put together is a free training. Click the link in the description below and you'll get access to our Epic Financial Freedom Map.